Into our regular scheduled broadcasting here. The Xfinity cars tomorrow, but Wednesday night, you know what that means. If you're hearing my white Steve Urkel voice, that means it's Cup night. First race of the playoffs. We're in New York. We're at the Glen. We'll be turning right tonight. Tonight, man, I can't thank JCR again for sponsoring the Francesca Kiki preset cups at the Glen, man. Thank you guys so much for everything they do. But Icy, Ty of Hazard, and you might be able to hear him just a little bit in the distance. We do have KTatty up there having some microphone issues, working off the phone tonight. Ty of Hazard, man.
Take your invites.
Great to have you back up here in the booth. Icy, man, thanks for that thumbs up earlier.
It was my thumb.
At least he's honest. Ty of Hazard, man, thanks again. You always do a great job up here. A lot of raving reviews from everybody out there. Tatty, I just love you, buddy. I love you. You know what Tatty does not like? Being in the next race. We have said this numerous times. He does not care for road courses. See how that one pulls out. But we have Trout, Private Patent, Pro 75, Country Caliber, Big Jim making his debut back after the holiday. UK Wildcats right there. Going back to the top, the one and only Canadian himself, Jake Drew, Duck Humor, Tackleberry, Flirt, who is feeling under the weather, and this is serious, guys. So Flirt, I'm thinking about you, man. I hope everything's going to be, I hope you're feeling better. And the biggest cheater in Heat 5, Big Dane. Let's go, guys. We're going Glen racing. Load in.
As right now, I'm already in here. We got the 24 of Jake leading Duck Humor as we get ready to go through the bus stop. The 11 of Country Caliber and P3 right now.
Yeah, Jake's starting to pull away 2 cars. Duck's right there with him. Dive it down into turn 1. Bang through the gears, up through 2nd gear, 3rd gear. Some of these guys, depending upon what preset, might have just to breathe the throttle coming up through the S's as we're on board with Daddy Caliber himself. They call him Daddy. He likes it a lot. Going down the backstretch, these cup cars and everything else might be able to catch a little bit of that draft. So you're going to have to be able to, take that into consideration. Hard on the binders. Get across the apex right there. Oop. And Country Caliber on air just did the old T-Clay, trying to get up to Duck Humor, who was right on the back bumper of that 24. Back through that, some people go to 2nd, back to 3rd. Down this nice little short chute, that's the exit of the original boot built for the road course. Going into turn 10, that's right 11 corners here, down to 2nd gear for some of these guys to get it to rotate, click back up to 3rd. Coming out where Country's at, got to be careful on old tires. You're going to get loose some again, go to 2nd, then go to 3rd. Right there, back up, and we are back through the straightaway here on the front stretch. That is a lap here at the Glen. Guys. Oh no, Big Jim already having some issues out there. And Blakey T said somebody stole his hauler. So Blakey T is fired for not having an anti-theft device on his hauler.
Oh,
inappropriate. No. That's inappropriate. Yeah, Big Jim, again, he's got some wins. He is playoff uneligible, but starting again next year in Season 6, he has been signed. So that is not good news for him. But Jake out here still got pressure from the Quackmaster, too.
Yeah, and Quack is really... He's definitely good at making it through that bus stop, because I saw him make a huge gain on that first corner of it. A little bit shaky through the exit, but he did really good. And Private Patent is also, he is putting the pressure on that 4-car of Duck Humor. And, I mean, we are seeing probably the best 3 cars right now start to gap the field just a little bit, not much. As we see somebody come down pit road, I believe that is the number 19 of Flirt.
Yeah, so Flirt, I don't know if he's going to start in park tonight again. Very under the weather, man. We're thinking about you, hoping you're feeling better. But we just did a lap while he was in third place with Daddy himself. But the Big Daddy himself, Big Dane, makes his way around it. Teammates working around each other. Big Dane got himself locked in after having such strong cars. That Titans 2 looking very good for him tonight. Apparently you guys were missing out on all the jokes. Gotta be there, I guess, but it's alright. Plenty when a private patent is a good paint scheme, too. I do like that. Big Dane's starting to sneak up on him after that long right-hander. That corner right there, if you drift up too high, Icy, you're going to get caught up in there. So you got to hit that apex and let that car roll a lot longer than you think to get back to the accelerator.
You're talking about the carousel?
Right out of the bus stop. Yeah, the carousel.
Yeah, the
that's
carousel.
what you could. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, you're right. I don't know how to respond to that question.
The best color man in Giggity racing right there. A-Trout running a little bit of a different schedule scheme this week. We've been seeing him in that pink M&M's car. He is now behind Country. Country's been putting in some work and practice. I know that. I was talking to him today. But, yeah, I think Flirt has also decided to go just to get some rest tonight. And I think, man, he needs to be able to do that. He's still not feeling good. Very sick. Pro 75 out here falling off the pace. Something else there, Ty, that you got to look going forward to is going into turn one on these restarts. These guys check up. That checks everybody else up. So in the back, you're actually checking up 10 times more than everybody in front of you. So not to get into them, that's going to slow your speed down. And if there's an accident, something like that might. We didn't catch it on air, but that might have happened for 75.
Yeah, and accidents happening here, especially on these road courses where you've got grass on each side. There's nowhere to go, really, so either you find a hole or you go through the grass and you avoid it. But either way, you don't want to lose time here because time is key, especially when you're in the Cup Series. A lot of these guys don't make many mistakes. It's a little easier to make mistakes at road courses, but I mean, we're seeing guys like the 24 Jake. He has made little to no mistakes here in the start of this race, and he is pulling away. So hopefully the 8 can get back into it, but if these guys don't make any mistakes, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, pulling away, too, is the top 3. Private Patton definitely has got his duck call out as he is right there on the backside of Quackmaster. The Country Caliber has made his way back up the 4th. Jake does like seeing these guys race. Very good carousel or bus stop right there going into the carousel by a lot of these guys. But we all know the rule here, too. I still call it the T-Clay special. Not appropriate. Sometimes if you try to avoid somebody going into the bus stop, maybe, but single car doing it deliberately. Jake just did a perfect example right there. Private Patton right there in the back bumper of that 4 there, KTatty. Yup. All right, Icy, who do you got your eye on?
I'm just watching the front 3 kind of pull away from the rest of the pack. Jake seems to have the best car out here currently, but I wouldn't be surprised if the 2 behind him start catching him here later on.
Country Caliber also now on pit lane as Big Dane's trying to hold off pressure from the 18 of A-Trout as he gets loose up there too. Something that you cannot do on road courses, which I wish they would allow, is left side tires only. That left front is going to get used and abused in these Cup cars, especially in the customs, depending upon how they're set up, the Xfinity cars, everything. Man, that left right, I wish they'd let you take that. But so if you want tires, you're going to take all 4. But at the same time, it has been known too that fuel only is not a bad strategy depending on what your tire wear is at, because older tires do seem to hook up a little bit better on road courses, Ty.
Yeah, and the less fuel you have, obviously, the faster you're going to go because the car is lighter. But as you were talking there, we saw Duck get a little bit of right front damage, at least on my end. I don't know if it happened or if I just if he slipped a little bit further than he actually went. But he's got a little bit of right front damage on that field Ford Mustang going through the bus stop. Tried to get as much as he can from that first right-hander, but he made a little bit of contact with that outside wall.
And
what
once
car
again,
is
go ahead,
4.
Icy.
No. What sponsor is on the 4 car?
Fields on the side, Hunt Brothers on the hood.
Why can't I get that?
Yeah, I didn't spend $9 for the DLC that I paid the extra for, but for those of you guys out there who don't know, Icy cannot see the adult beverage sponsors out there. Yeah.
That's crazy. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. So.
Yeah, it says Bush on top of it, so it does have an alcohol logo on it. That's exactly it. It's primarily Hunt Brothers, but there is the Bush logo on there at the top of the roof too. So, yep. And damage to the right front of the Quackmaster too, like you said, Ty. And we're there. In the transition too for everything, and I've seen some photos of him going out there doing what he loves best too, playing golf. Man, it's so great to see A-Trout getting back to everything and work. And I raced with him not too long ago, probably a month or two ago, in a pub lobby, just having some fun. We were messaging back and forth, great racing, you know. And I think that was the end of the stage. But yeah, for those of you guys who don't know, our good friend here, A-Trout, an unfortunate accident. Had some things happen to him. We almost lost him, and it's just so great to see him out here racing with us here in Giggity Racing again. I was in South Carolina because I was going to go down. I was only an hour away. I wanted to go down to the hospital, but I didn't feel it appropriate. So, yeah, it was about a year ago. Jay Tizzle says it says O'Doul's for Icy. It won't even give him that. And a big shout out to Jay Tizzle last night too, winning the Custom Xfinity race. It did not get put on the air. I didn't race. Had another obligation last night, so let's not take away from the fact that old Jay Tizzle out there got himself the W. And I still want to go on the air real quick and publicly apologize to him. I got into him a little bit, caused him a good finish, even though so. But Jay Tissel, I'm sorry for everything, man. I can't wait to race with you again, and congratulations on your W. But race two, we're going to rack them and stack on stage two. Country stayed out, it looked like, because he pitted early, so he's got them older tires that might be a little bit better. Jake drives it in deep. He's going to cut down and hit that grass. Is that going to give him a penalty? No, they are fanning out. Yeah, that's what I said. I think he stayed out, you know, so with those old tires. So if he just did if all he took was fuel right there, that's how he was able to get back up to the front. As we are 2 and 3 wide, almost down the backstretch, getting ready to go into this right-hander at the bus stop. Contact with everybody. Jake and Duck. Take a tie. Woo!
See a little bit of contact there. We got the 21, a private patent, going to make it 3 wide, going through this wide right-hander. Oh, a little bit of contact. They're squeezing. They all make it through, though. Here comes the 20. He's going to, Big Dane, he's going to put pressure.
Jake did a good job, too, of being up on that carousel I was talking about with Ty, not to get pushed up too far, so he probably had to check up on the brakes. Now he's got cars in front of him. Here's Big Dane making the move to the inside. He will have the preferred line to make this right-hander right here. Quackmaster checks him up a little bit. Looks like there's just a little bit of contact, again, on road courses, everybody brakes different, everybody shifts at different times, so you got to take that into consideration as Jake's on a mission to get back to that lead. On the inside of that 88 of the Mr. Go-to-Bed man himself, UK Wildcat. UK gets pushed out, big tackle. Looks like he tried to go out just a little bit. You can utilize that. I've seen that drift where some people don't want to get on the brakes so hard and scrub speed, and they'll go out and use that runoff area, but you got to be careful not to clip that wall. Good battle up here, though. Still, the country worked on his strategy. Now, new leader up there is the country. Private Pat and Duck, and Jake's back up to 4th, Big Dane to 5th there, Taddy. And some guys think they're so confident out there that, you know, they get so sweaty, they're like, well, I don't need to practice. But, you know, Country puts that time in, and he figured out the strategy that works for him. And El Parco says, I'm just here so I can get ran over next race. Well, the reason why you're going to get ran over is because you park in the middle of the track. That's why they call you El Parco. If you just get the hell out of the way, then you wouldn't get run over. Plain and simple. Go fast. Tall, skinny pedal on the right side, buddy. Yes, Dean, Taddy is in the booth. He's saying he's having trouble hearing you, but again, that's because he's on his phone right now having that type of difficulties jumping into the chat party. Can anybody else out there hear Taddy? Because we hear him clearing up here. And there's a name that we haven't got to see or say for a long time, and a very big fixture here in Giggity for the longest time. What's up, Mr. Woodruff Racing? How are you doing? Thanks for tuning in on Wednesday night. We do appreciate it, man. Good. I hope everything's going well for you up there in Michigan. And don't worry about everything. We still haven't forgot you, buddy. We still haven't forgot you. Things are still just a little hectic. But great to have Woodruff out there, man. I loved racing with him. Loved being in the booth with him. Always a funny guy, even though he's a Ford fan. He's a Michigan guy and a Ford fan. Okay, so they cannot hear Taddy, so every time we hear there's a dead voice right there, a dead spot in the air, that's why, because we were letting Taddy talk, so he was just going to be the Casper in the ear. Private Patton still trying to track down this 11-car tie.
Yeah, and one zone that you're looking at right there where Patton just gained so much on that back end of the 11. I think Caliber takes a little bit of an easier braking point, doesn't want to run too wide, and then as you notice, he pulls away here on the exit of turn 1, going into turn 2 and up to turn 3 as we get through the S's, is because he brakes early, gets the car set in, gets on that throttle earlier, and we see Patton take that wider line. That's going to give Country just a little bit more speed into the bus stop, which could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how consistent he is and how he hits his points, but he is not messed up in the lead. Not much pressure from that 21, just a little bit. But we're seeing our normal top 4 break through again. As we got Country in the first spot, second Private Patton, third is Duck Humor, and fourth is Jake.
Jay Tizzle says, no problem, man. I'll just push you through the corners tomorrow at Watkins Glen. Oh, you know, everybody knows I do love road racing, so hopefully I can give the one and only JCR McLovin a good run for his money. I had a great run Sunday night in a Trucks at Canadian on the last lap of all things for the W. Our one and only used to be over here too in Giggity. Millsy, he just gave me just enough of that. I thought I had him blocked, but I led a good portion of that road race. But yeah, J2s, I'll give you a good run for your money tomorrow too. McLovin, keep an eye out for that orange number 6 KMS Whataburger Chevrolet. But Private Patton has now got to that rear bumper of the 11 of Country Caliber.
Yeah, that braking point really kind of benefited him there because he was pulling down the front straightaway, maybe just a teeny tiny bit of draft as he kind of slithered up to him. But Country is really good on this back half of the racetrack. Patton seems to be pretty good through the S's and through turn 1, but after that point, we see Caliber kind of run that wide line, get that good run down here to the back straightaway. In my opinion, it's the back straightaway. It's technically on the front side of the straightaway, but it's okay. As we see him go through this left-hander right here, Patton not really making up much ground, but I think we're definitely seeing where each driver is stronger, so I think we got a battle for the third spot.
McLovin says, yeah, I wasn't there last night for that race, so I missed you. Never mind, I can't say that on air how much I missed you for that one race, buddy, but I'll be glad to have you back. Jake trying again, get to the back bumper of Duck Humor, a.k.a. the Quack Master, get back up to the lead, and it looks like Quack just made a mistake, got to the gas just a little too quick right there, spun the tires, maybe got a little loose, but Private Patton from our onboard view right now with Jake is just eating the back of that 11 collar car up and waiting for him to make a mistake. Speaking of one of the sweatiest sweats of all times, there he is, Mr. Colas Motorsports out there. He says hello. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Haven't talked to you all day. Country Caliber, look at those guys right there. They pull a little on Jake on that little straightaway right there by utilizing that runoff, Ty, and getting that extra speed.
Yeah, looking at Jake right now, he is on a mission. He has caught quite a bit. He was in 4th last time around, made the pass on Duck, and now he is within 2 seconds of our leader here, Country Caliber. Private Patton started to fall off just a little bit. We'll see if he can get it together this lap. But Jake is on the move. Country Caliber, though, he is set in his ways, leading this race.
Yeah, and especially as Country right now, we've all been there, we've all done that. You lead a race, especially at a road course, you don't want to miss your marks, you don't want to miss your shifts, because any small slip up is going to give that person behind you. So you got to keep your nerves intact while making sure you're not making any mistakes, because the person behind you may not touch you, but they're just sitting there going to force that, making you you drive out that rear view, when all you need to do is just focus on the racetrack in front of you. But Country Caliber doing a good time. Good job. Now, if he's on those old tires, too, is that going to start slowing him down? That pit strategy, will that come back to bite him here in Stage 2? Will we see him do that same thing to get to the back of Stage 3? Or to the front, front of Stage 3?
I mean, he definitely might. Now, he got a little loose right there, so that could be those old tires starting to get a little too worn for him. But Patton definitely applying the pressures. He's going to be too wide, possibly, if he gets a little cindy. No, he's going to go for a crossover. It's not quite going to work.
Yeah, can't get it done. Toyota and Ford pulling away. Then we got the Chevy of Jake back there, and then Quack in that forward and fourth. Here comes Private Patton, going to make a move to the inside. They make just a little bit of contact. He says, hey, I'm here. Country does a good job trying to hold on to that, and it looks like going up through this S's, that's going to have to check Caliber up exactly right there. Precision move by the Patton himself to make that move for the new lead position. But here comes Caliber back on the inside. He wants to be on the outside here. That puts him on the inside for the second left-hander right there of that bus stop. But Private Patton makes a good job of taking that away from him. That gives Jake and Duck Humor 2 opportunities to get cut up, and now it's a 4-way battle for the lead, guys. These guys now all coming down the straightaway again. You gotta be smooth. You gotta be smart, Ty.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about Jake. He brought Duck with him, so now we're going to have 4 cars, and we are definitely coming down to the end of this stage. Duck gets loose. Private Patton hits the wall. He spins.
He keeps it up there. Good job on that, though, to stay out of people's way. Frustration for Private Patton here tonight in the first race of the playoffs of Season 5 in the Preset Cup. He's going to have to now rework his way back up there again. Hopefully, maybe he can use a little pit strategy. Good battle with Big Dane.
That was the last lap of stage.
Oh, well, yes. Not what he wanted to see or do. Icy. I can hear you.
What's up?
Yeah, Cola said these guys are putting on a show here at the Glen, and that is not lies right there. That is facts. These guys coming down again. Tire pressure, I think, is the biggest adjustment you want to make to these cars. In an Xfinity car, definitely a truck. You want to be on a 7, 8, or 9, but some of these guys I've heard, too, say a 9's way too loose in a Cup car because of the power, but you want it to turn. So maybe running anywhere from a 5 to a 7, possibly, and making the adjustments that way. But we're getting ready to, that's right, Ty, rack 'em and stack 'em to finish up the JCR presents Giggity at the Glen Preset Cup race. Francesca, they call me Kiki.
As a 16, he pitted early from what Taddy was saying, but he's not going to gain any positions here. But back to the lead. We got the 24 of Jake, the 11 of Country Caliber, the 4 of Duck Humor, and the 18 of H-Route. And the 21 of Private Patton going to be starting at the rear after that late Stage 2 mistake.
Some of these guys may want to start on the outside. I'm personally one of those guys. Some of those guys want to start on the inside. Going to the outside, you can get pushed and get bumped out there just a little bit. That's exactly what happened. It looked like to the UK Wildcats. Trout now up and fighting for the battle. Country Caliber with power move coming up through the S's. He did not lay off the hammer pedal. Gets back around Jake. Here comes Quack, Private Patton, Big Dane, and Trout with them. UK and Pro tackle looks like they might have slowed down. Oh, see, A-Trout misses that just a little bit. Tries not to get anybody. He has to get hard on the binders. That's going to cost him quite a few positions. Jake back up here trying to battle out Country. Private Pat and Duck Humor all right there also. Trout's had a good recovery. Got back in front of Big Dane. Wow, what a power move for Country Caliber up through those S's to stay in it. Sometimes you got to breathe it to rotate it. All right, so right now Jake has 10 points, and 3 for a couple of these guys, Duck and Private, and then Duck and Country, excuse me, they've got 3 points. So, oh, A-Trout, he's making contact back there with the wall. Tonight, the first race of the playoffs, Season 5. That's right, we're getting ready to start Season 6 here in a month or so, right? But we got to get through this exciting race. And don't forget to stay tuned in tomorrow. We're going to bring this right back to you again at the Glen. Custom and Preset Xfinity. Myself, as always, will not miss a road course, even if I got to stop at a truck stop or a McDonald's and use their Wi-Fi. Love road courses. Love it. Country pulling away from Jake, though.
And I'm loving the action that it's putting on tonight. Is these guys just a lap ago were packed like sardines going to the bus stop. Now we're seeing what happens is we may have had a little bit of contact back in the back. Saw some dirt kick up, but I could be wrong. Somebody might have just ran a little wide. No, we're all right. But these guys packed like sardines. Now they're spreading out. We got a battle for the second spot. Country is looking in his mirror, and he is enjoying that.
Yeah, I'm on board with Private Patton right now, too. We saw him spin out at the end of that last stage. It cost him some of the points right there, but it also cost him positions on the track. Utilizing this car, going to have to eat it up quite a bit to get to the front. Jake still putting a lot of pressure on the 11. Quack still in third, and then Mr. Private there in fourth, and the cheater himself, the biggest cheater in Giggity Racing, and the Big Dane. They call him Big Daddy. He is in fifth, but yeah, technically Daddy is leading, and Daddy has pressure right now.
Never mind. I take it back.
Oh, contact being made back here. Looks like the 8 car got spun around and it collected the 18 as we're clicking through. So A-Trout and Pro 75 got up into a rough start in stage 3, trying to get back to the lead with Jake Giroux up here. Daddy's still out front in that 11 camera. The 11. We'll see another one coming up next. Celtics will be in that one. 24 car trying to put some pressure. Falling off by at least a couple tenths there. But Private Patton also eating that Ford Mustang bumper up of Quackmaster. So these guys all trying to push everything real difficult. Are they going to have to pit in stage 3? I can't remember. So unless a caution comes out, there will be green flag pit stops, and we have been cleaning greens tonight so far. I can't believe that accident between 2 cars, the 8 and the 18, didn't bring one out. So Jake gets a little loose, trying to hold on to it right now. Duck trying to get right back to him. Private Patton says, come on, make another mistake, and so does Big Dane. Now here comes Duck Humor, making a move down the inside. That's going to put it, or the outside that's going to put him on the inside for the next one. Private Patton sets Duck Humor up to try to get around. Now he's going to have to check up not to get up too high and roll off that outer edge of the carousel.
And right now, Country is steering clear of this. That stage 1 move, pitting early, getting out front in stage 2, staying out front in stage 2, and then now leading stage 3. That was a power move for Country.
And it was a smart decision, too. Like I said, a lot of these guys did put some practice in. I know I will be tomorrow. I didn't want to overexert myself. Some of these guys already know their adjustments. They should know these tracks pretty well by now. But anything can change with any type of action. Country pulls out at least 10 cars almost, and she tries to get back, cut back up to him in turn 1 right there. Ty, take it away. Ty, icing, take it away for just a minute, please.
So Jake has pulled away a little bit, so a little separation for the guys in first and second, but we go back here to third. We got a battle between the 21 and the 4. No distance between these two. Big Dane has a decent view of it. So if any mistakes happen between the 4 or the 21, he will be one of the first guys to get the jump. As I see, who are you watching as they go through the field here in late stage 3?
I mean, I'm still up in the front here on Jake, trying to see if he can make it way back up towards Country here. Also, obviously, got to look at Private Patton and Duck Humor, and then Big Dane keeping up with him here as well. That top 5 is pulled away.
Yeah, there is quite the gap between 5th and 6th right now as Duck is going to try to get a good run on Patton here. I've seen Duck be a little bit quicker than Patton in the back half of the racetrack, and he's going to make a big send right there, but it's not going to work. It's going to lose a little bit of momentum down the front straightaway, but as we look back to our front two, just to take a quick check, Country has actually pulled away a little bit more.
Yeah, right here, it looks like the two behind him, Private Patton and Duck Humor, are starting to catch up to Jake, so maybe his car's just not set up yet.
So 16 off tackle out of the race. So that's 3 cars on pit road. So we're down to, how many did we start with? Like 12? Now we're down to 9? 11? All right, we're down to 8.
That's unfortunate for those guys too. I know Tackle runs really well. I've ran with him quite a few times here, but sometimes I know he had work issues come up too, so hopefully everything's all right. But Jake in that second position, Private Pat in third. That's your top 3 trying to chase down Country Caliber. Can they get it done? What are they going to do? They should have their setups put in by now, and again, with as much practice as some of these guys put in to get everything right, get that car comfortable for them and know how it's going to handle and get the speed that they need. Oh, Jeremy Donor out there in YouTube said, will we have a league for dirt? As of right now, I haven't heard anything about a dirt league. With
there are no plans, to my knowledge.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything. I know that we did for a while, had the dirt league on a Tuesday night. So fun to watch those guys out there too. But as of right now, I haven't heard any rumors or talks about that. But because we are starting to go to spread out next year again. Trucks, I think both will be on Sunday nights. Then Customs and Preset Xfinity Monday, Tuesday. Then I believe Wednesday, Thursday is going to be Custom Cup, Preset Cup, Development as always on Friday. Saturday, take time and enjoy yourself, except for every other Saturday where we have the Giggity Endurance Racing. I believe that's the schedule set. Not 100% tentative yet, but I'm pretty sure that's pretty good going to be what it is right now. So I appreciate you tuning in out there, Jeremy. Man, thanks for tuning in and watching. These guys now starting to utilize them spread out just a little bit here, Ty.
And I mean, Country Caliber, he is doing a great job. Obviously, since we're in the playoffs, you only got these 3 races to really lock yourself in as a championship 4 guy to go fight for a championship at Homestead. So he knows that he has to come out and he has to start and get the ball rolling. And right now I would say that he's doing exactly that. But the 24 at Jake, the 4 and the 21, they are all a little bit of a distance there between the 21 and the 4. But either way, we're going to have a battle towards the end of this race. And these guys are starting off hot in the playoffs.
That's exactly what you need too. And I love how the the first couple of races playoff schedule is. I got to go pull my little book out to see where we're at next week. But I love starting to play off out a road course that may not fit on some people's forte. Give them a chance to get some points for the people who do. Country Caliber still leading. Jake, Private Patton made his way around Duck Humor in 4th. Trying to jump back here a little bit. See where everybody else is at. Big Dane, I still can't tell if she's in 5th or not.
Jake is right on the back bumper of the 11 right now.
Yeah, Country got a little loose there off of 1.
Let's get back up there. There we go. We're on board with Jake right now. Cola. Cola.
I'm going to take a quick run to the kitchen and grab a drink, but I will be right back.
You gotta love all the friends and family that you have in Giggity, because sometimes they just know how to tweak your goat just a little bit. Cola. It's alright. It's okay. We'll get back to that later because we still got action on the track right now. Private Patton getting to that rear bumper of the 24. There we are. Got it switched over pretty quick because we want to keep an eye on this. This Country Caliber still out there leading. I gotta close the computer right now. I don't know if anybody out there in YouTube lands can, what you say, give me a couple minutes. I gotta close that. I can't keep reading that over and over and over. Going down this backstretch, Ty, well, you're going to go get yourself a Capri Sun. Hopefully you ask Mom permission first before you raided the refrigerator. Private Patton still trying to hold on to anything he can in any hopes of getting this win and tracking Jace down there, Icy. But burning his car up, it's just letting him, the Country Caliber guy, Daddy, be smooth and smart right there and do what he wants.
Yeah, he's pretty much having a great time watching these two battle behind him, knowing that he's pulling away a little bit, and those two are just kind of using their stuff up.
Like I said it earlier, as he touches the wall, that's going to cost him a little bit. And Jake is now getting around Country. Country might have made a mistake right there, and we just possibly missed it. New leader right now, Jake. We were on board right there with Private. I thought I could see everything, but yeah, Jake now to the point. He will not be denied. He's trying hard. Alright, so Country Caliber clipped that grass, got him loose coming up at turn 11. That gave Jake, who hit that corner very well, a great opportunity to Cola. Never did. That gave Jake a great opportunity to catch him up right there. So a mistake being made. He was just, you know, those tires could have been gone away. You just wait till the next broadcast, buddy. You wait till the next broadcast.
We got the 20th Big Dane coming off pit road here.
And Jake coming down now. This is one of those tracks, too, as you see Big Dane, where it's going to be very, very difficult to go a lap down. Private Pat makes a move on that 11 Country Caliber car. Daddy's car might be falling away just a little bit. My arm feels just fine, buddy.
Hey, you can take shots at pudding all you want, man. Come on, though.
Well, while you were gone, I had to make sure that you had permission to go get a Kool-Aid.
How'd you know that was what I got?
Because that's what you always drink. You always tell us that.
Dang it.
But now you've missed the action of Jake, the leader, right there, pitted. Country Caliber falling off the pace to the Private Patton mobile. So these guys are the first and second place. And I don't have Jake's stream pulled up. I keep forgetting to subscribe to see so I can look down there. Now Country comes down. So Private Patton by himself out here. What will he do? Will he take rights, which I don't think makes any kind of sense since the left front's kept eating up and just fuel? If they want to take fuel, I don't know how many laps are left. Got to be more than halfway, though. So, yeah, talks of being 4 or 5 laps short on fuel. So maybe that's what Private wants to do, is go out there, get a big enough lead, pull the Rusty Walrus, come in, get gas, and get out and win. Rusty did that on a last lap of all things, too. Just saw the video not too long ago. And he did it here, I believe. He also won the last race of Riverside. I miss watching that as a kid. Ty, can you go click through as I'm still on board with the leader and see where Jake is? 11 to go?
Yep.
Jake comes out front of Country.
So Patton is coming to 10 to go right now. And he stays out.
So Country Caliber, Patton still stays out, so does Duck. So these guys trying to utilize some strategy, but those guys, if they took 4 fresh tires and fuel, can eat these guys up. Let's check through real quick and see where they're at. Patton's going up, starting to go up through the S's right now. And the Country Caliber and Jake are together, and they're coming out of the carousel. So, depending upon what his pit strategy does and when he does pit, I don't think that he'll be able to stay in front of these guys unless he just takes fuel only. But that's going to be real risky.
Well, I think something else that Patton... Go ahead, Ice.
I wasn't saying anything.
Yeah, that's another thing I was going to say was I think if he was watching Caliber. Caliber looked like he started to fall off towards the end of a run, which is why he lost the lead to Jake and then lost the spot to Patton. So he may be trying to hope that by the time even if he comes out on fresh tires, that he's going to be running fresher or faster than the 11 Country Caliber as he stays out again. So the question is, we know he's got a pit. The question is when.
Sorry about that, guys. Had to answer the old cellular over there. Thankfully, it wasn't an emergency. You're right, Daddy. Yeah.
I'll be right back.
So again, Country Caliber's having troubles keeping up with the 24. After the pit cycles, after everything cycles out, will that put Jake back in the lead?
Patton, from what Tatty just said, and Tatty is correct, you are actually quicker on older tires here, which is weird. But
I said that earlier, by the way.
I didn't know you said it earlier. That was my bad. But he should be able to stay out in front.
That's if he takes tires only. You know, how abused is that left front, since you can't just take left sides. If you take fuel just to get out, yeah, but then hopefully he's got a big enough lead where he can just cruise and not abuse it as much. Let's get back up to him. Duck Humor is out there coming in turn 1.
Yep, Patton pits now, so now the leader is Duck.
So Duck Humor. Alright, let's keep an eye on him and see what he does. I know he's very good on strategy racing over there for Cola Motorsports. When I had the opportunity to race for Cola Motorsports, never heard of her before. Duck pitted, he crew chief for me, or pitted, spotted for me one night, and it really helped out. So I know he's very good on his strategy, and he didn't abuse the car too bad. It just didn't seem like right there. But yeah, oh nope. See, now we say that right now. He's getting just a wee bit on that loose side. Cuts just a little, didn't cut, but clipped the grass. That's the best word.
And off of pit road, Patton is going to be behind the 24 and the 11 by a decent margin. I believe, unless I did that wrong.
And Jeremy Donner asked out there, he said, what's it take to run in this league? Really simple, as we see our leader come down to pit lane right now. Really simple, Jeremy. Get a hold of either myself, Puddin' Knievel, or NRG, KTatty. We'll get you in touch with the Bears. You can get in touch with Mall Bear or Paw Bear. I know they're out there in YouTube land. They run the development program on Fridays, which is also broadcasted. You run two races in the development series, and starting in season 6, we're starting to do something new. Here in season 5, all captains have 3 drivers for preset, 3 drivers for custom. Next year, they have just broke it down to custom captains and preset captains. So each captain will have 4 cars either way. Then after you race your 2 development races, you get picked up by one of the captains who watches the races, and even a lot of the captains sometimes participate in those development races to go out and see how everybody's driving. So yes, my name again, Puddin_Knievel 98, Ma Bear, Paw Bear, B-A-R-E. They can also help you. I think Paw Bear commented earlier too in this chat. Get a hold of them. They'll get you pointed in the right direction. But Giggity Racing is broadcasted almost every race. Next year, again, we'll be broadcasting 6 days a week, racing 6 days a week, as we're only doing 5 right now. But we also do both preset and customs in the same night. So thank you again, Jeremy, for showing interest in Giggity. Plus, again, that brings up something else, guys. There it is, Paw Bear. Get a hold of Paw Bear or Ma Bear. There's it is. Thank you, Paw Bear. Great people. Talk to them all the time. They can give you all the information. But Giggity is not just limited to NASCAR. We play baseball. We play football. We play basketball too, so Giggity is no longer just Giggity NASCAR racing or Giggity racing. It's Giggity Sports League. So if you have the Mad 21 or NHL, or not NHL, but NBA or Major League Baseball too, we also have leagues going on over there, Giggity racing too, or Giggity style. So, but 6 to go right now, man. We do appreciate that. Thank you, Tatty. Right, correct. So Private Patton's still the leader then.
Yeah, he's ahead right now 4/10 over UK, who stayed out. But I expect UK to probably fall off to about the 3rd spot. Country Caliber had a huge mistake going through that white. Never mind.
The carousel.
Yeah,
going
that.
through the carousel. I mentioned it when Puddin started his spiel.
That's the name of it. Words are hard.
Words are hard. It's okay. I get grief from Icy all the time because my words apparently are hard. But guess what?
That because you ducked me at golf.
I am not ducking you at golf. But I just saw a glimpse of that 24 car right behind Private Patton. Let's go take a look at that too. Jump on board with Jake in that 24. Is he reeling him in quickly? So there is one car in front of Jake that is UK. So Jake's in 3rd, UK 2nd, and then Country in the lead, correct?
It's Private Patton, UK, and then Jake.
Yes, perfect. So yeah, Paul Bear just mentioned that too. So thank you for that. Yeah, Paul Bear is in. Jake's in that 3rd position. Thank you, Paul Bear. He is going to try to reel in UK. Great to have him back out of bed. He's been sleepy lately. You know, he's always been told to go to bed. Last couple races, great to have him back out here. Paul Bear out there rooting on his Canadian buddy. Again, Giggity is worldwide too. We've got drivers in Scotland, drivers in the UK, drivers from Brazil. We got
just like Prestige.
Yeah, then we got drivers from we got spectators down in Australia who joined too. So it's awesome to see how big Giggity is. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. UK now pitting right now. That's going to put Jake up to 2nd. Can he track down the leader with 4 to go? But yeah, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. We've been floating around the 594, 595 mark, so let's see if we can get up to 600. Our ultimate goal is obviously 1,000 subscribers out there. Tell your friends. Oh, speaking of another Canadian, Bo Bichette's best friend, Den Kate. He drives in the Custom Truck Series for us. What's up, Den Kate? Glad to see you haven't gone to bed quite yet. Again, with his work schedule and the time frame. I'm out in Vegas, so it's only 5 my time, but I know he's not always eligible to stay up because of his work schedule. Work and family are very important. Still on board with Jake Ty, seeing if he can cut into the country's lead here.
Patton right now, he did a really good job staying out longer, running those quicker laps. Pull a really good strategy off, and right now coming to 3 to go. Unless he makes really big mistakes, Jake is going to have to cut in to about 1.2 to 1.3 seconds per lap, and I don't know if that's really possible because Patton has been hitting his marks on the money.
Yeah, something that's what you got to do. Another name that I haven't got to see or talk to for quite a long time, filled in for somebody else last night, the one and only Pro Ripper, man. He put on a good show at the Canadian Motorsports Park, 3 to go for these leaders. But Pro Ripper, man, what's up? Great to talk to you. Great run last night. We miss you over here in Giggity. Thanks for tuning in tonight, man. But this might be, it just comes down to the driver. Who makes a mistake, who doesn't.
And right, I mean, neither one of these guys have made many mistakes all night. We might have seen a little bit of a slip up from each of these guys, but nothing major, which is what it's going to take for Jake to be able to reel in Patton. But coming to 2 to go, that gap that he's going to have to close, I said 1.3 to 1.2 seconds per lap. Now it's going to be he's going to have to cut down 2 seconds each lap if he wants to have it, but I don't see that happening.
Trying to get back up on board with Patton right now in that 21. He's now coming through turn 11, off-camber turn, hits that perfect, comes down the straightaway. This is a tricky spot. This will be 2 to go for us out there. 2 to go. You got to hit your braking points. Not a lot of pressure, but you don't want Jake to get too close to you. He hits turn 1 perfectly. Right-hander, banging through the gears. 3rd and 4th gear, like I talked about earlier, coming up through the S's. Might have to breathe it depending upon how you got your setup. So a lot of these custom cars, I know I can go full throttle through the S's. Presets might be a little bit different, but... Oh, Pro Ripper said he's back in Giggity. How awesome is that? That is awesome to hear. 21 of Private Patton coming through the carousel now. Good bus stop for him, Ty. We will be coming to the JCR presents the Giggity at the Glen tonight. Again, thank you to our sponsor out there, JCR. They have put up a monetary amount for these drivers to win, so there isn't this on top of getting a win, on top of being a champion, and top of bragging rights. They get themselves a little bit of dough if they pull out the W championship here in season 5.
Tatty, what were you saying earlier, just a second ago?
Absolutely not. We'll see this private patent 21. That's bucked up. Oh, that's bucked up. I haven't dealt with that's Jerry. I haven't talked to bucked up, and I don't know how long. Raced with him a lot back there in Heat 3, raced with him a little bit in Heat 4. Bucked up, man. So good to talk to you again. That's so awesome to talk to you. Great for tuning in, man. Thanks for that. But yeah, the leader now coming to the bus stop, Ty. No mistakes yet. This was going to be a tricky point, too. Back out of the corner. Let it roll. Let it roll. Let's take a little review here backwards. No pressure, so Jake hasn't been able to get up to him. It's all up to him and his mistakes. But yeah, this is the JCR white flag in the air coming into turn 10, this left-hander, and then they're going to make the right-hander and are to open up the season 5 Chase to the Cup championship tonight. In the playoffs, Private Patent's going to take that Ford Mustang to victory lane.
And a Chevy comes second.
Things you hate to see. Real quick, Ty, I don't know if you're friends with Private. That way I don't have to blue screen. See if we can get him up here, do the post-race. Don't forget to stay tuned out there. We got 13 viewers, lots of comments. Everybody, again, some names and blasts from the past with Bucked Up and Ripper. Thanks for tuning in. We've still got the custom guys coming up, and, you know, we got the Sweat himself. Mr. Cola. We do have some of the pro leaguers too. When they aren't so busy doing what they got to do, we have making appearances in the Custom Cup tonight. The one and only Aussie Robbie, as I call him, the UK man. He'll be in the up there. So Tatty too. He's going to be out there racing tonight. So stay tuned for that, but let's see if we can get the patent up here for see how he's feeling going into the playoffs. Obviously, he's got to be feeling really good there, Icy.
Oh yeah, definitely. What a great start to a playoff run, and hopefully, I'm sure he looks to build on that throughout the rest of this playoff.
And a great run by all of these guys. 0 cautions, too. A lot of these guys, we haven't seen a caution, and if we have, we've only seen very minimal in the last couple of weeks, and all series, too. A lot of competitiveness out there.
Yeah, and I think that might be all due in part to the fact that we're getting to the playoffs. I mean, we just had these guys have their first race to the playoffs. We're going to have the Xfinity tomorrow night, and then the trucks on Monday. Actually, no, they started this week, actually, so they're in their first race. And I think everybody knows that when you get to the playoffs, you need no mistakes. Everybody has to be on point at the top of their game, and that's why we're seeing all these drivers get clean, get smooth, and everybody's just at a high level.
And like people putting that time and effort in and the practicing and knowing what you have to be able to do, like Country did, for some strategy. I do it myself. I know you do too, Ty, sometimes. I'll just go run races by myself. I'll put music on my ear, got my pen and paper next to me. I will sit there and write down, this is how many laps the stage is, tires if it's, an issue, fuel windows. Can I save? It just all depends. But these guys definitely working to get this Season 5 championship. Congratulations to the 21 car again of Private Patent. Jake got himself a second place. And does that put Caliber or Duck in third?
I should put Duck in third, actually.
Duck in third right there. Hopefully Robbie streams the next race. I always want to stay tuned with all of our fans in YouTube out there. I've got the computer pulled up, the stream pulled up. That way we can communicate with you and appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching. But it's...
I didn't miss the interview.
Hey, Pat, are you on Always Allow?
I think so. Give me 1 second.
He said I didn't miss it. Yep.
Yes, that's me. Yeah, I didn't miss the interview, guys. Yeah.
Perfect. I got it. Thank you, Tatty. All right, Ty, take away the leader this time. Yeah, last week it did work out so well. We missed him just by a little bit, but not tonight, man. Ty, take it.
First off, good run. Obviously, getting the win in the playoffs has to feel pretty good, but we saw you take that strategy running laps longer than everybody else did on pit road. You stayed out, and that gave you a very big gap over Jake, so you had no pressure for that last little bit. Did you know that was going to be the strategy going into the race, or was that something that you kind of thought of late in the run?
Well, I'd be lying if I said that. Like, yeah, from lap 1, this is exactly what I was going to do. During stage 1, when we first came down, I was looking at how long, like, how many laps it would take for, like, a half can and a half, and I looked at what it would take for a can. I'm just like, that's 9 laps. So I just kind of did the math of, like, okay, so how many laps left will be enough for, like, a can, and there we go. So running less fuel makes you go faster, and I knew that getting myself out of traffic, I could hit, like, low 107s, high 106s. So, I mean, I figured that I had the pace, so I just needed to get out in clean air, and I was able to run some laps, and I guess that was the winning strat.
Yeah, and yeah, congratulations on your win tonight too, man. And that's fantastic that you did that. We talked about that too with everybody practicing. You did it again, like I said. You didn't miss it tonight. I'm clicking through. I don't have your paint scheme, which I do absolutely love that paint scheme, even though it is on a Ford patent. But, you know, I love that little bit of an orange. But to give you guys a real quick rundown, just to let you know where you're at too, right, Patton. Jake's still in the points, but you're 8 points out right now, sitting in second. Ducks in third. Then we got Country, Big Dane in fifth. Wildcats, Pro 75, Trout, Tackle, and Flirt. That rounds out your top 10. So you're 8 points down, but he did have an advantage coming into the season as the regular season points winner. Are you nervous, or do you think you can make up these 8 points in the chase here?
I mean, like, it's actually some very stout competition, so, like, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous, you know? We said since the very beginning that literally a preset cup has been stacked since day 1, so, like, I thought I would be able to make up some points there in stage 2, but obviously I hit the glitch coming out of turn 6, and that just ruined my stage. So went from leading to 7th, and that was what I think at that point 2 points I was going to gain on Jake. So every point matters, and I was actually joking. He was like, you know, watch that stage win be the difference between me making the final 4 and not. So.
Well, you never know, too. I mean, Jake is very consistent and quick, but he is also human, too, so mistakes to be made on his behalf. But what a great way to start off the Season 5 playoffs, getting a W at Watkins Glen. I don't know how you feel about road courses. I was excited to hear about it for tomorrow, but, man, thanks a lot for being here. Great job. Keep up all that hard work for your team, and we look forward to seeing you in the box here in the near future.
Hey, thank you so much.
Yep. Tatty.
Yeah. No. I can hear you.
Yeah, so Tatty just asked Pat real quick since they can't hear you. He only has 5 points advantage, and he's, you know, over that playoff spot to get to the final race. And so, yeah, you just heard Pat say absolutely not. He is not comfortable with 5 points. So every week, every lap, every point counts, every position, Patton.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, I mean, it just kind of gives potential truth to me winning that stage or not. Like, I mean, every point does matter, so I know that I'm always nervous, you know, every race, you know, going into this, especially in this format where, you know, like, every race matters, and going into, there's not winning you're in. I'm not locked in now. Even beside me winning, I'm not locked into the Final Four, so exactly.
All right, from Ty of Hazard, Icy, myself, Tatty that you can't hear. We look forward to seeing him in the race. I think he was going to stay up here in BIRR. Again, I am Puddin' Knievel. Real quick, guys, stay tuned. Within the next 10 minutes, we're going to come back at the Glen with you with these custom cars. These guys are going to put on another great show for you. Keep our thoughts and prayers to everybody that was affected from everything in Washington, D.C. For myself, Icy Ty, and Mr. Tatty himself. Thank you. Stay tuned. We'll talk to you here in just a couple minutes, y'all.